Hello and welcome to the Let's Fix Haiti podcast, where we are encouraging the reading, appreciation, and application of the 1987 Constitution of Haiti. Once again, my name is James Ulisi, and I am on with Jacques Saint. And today we are going to be discussing Title IX, Chapter 1 of the Haitian Constitution of 1987. And the title of that chapter is Economics and Agriculture. So we'll be talking about what is and is not being implemented today as far as agriculture and economics in the country. So I'm going to start, Jacques, by reading Article 245, which is the first article, and then we'll get your thoughts. It says, economic freedom shall be guaranteed so long as it is not contrary to the public interest. The state shall protect private enterprises and shall endeavor to see that it develops under the conditions necessary to increase the national wealth in such a way as to ensure the participation of the largest number of persons in the benefits of this wealth. So Jacques, what are your thoughts on that? What are you seeing? Has this been respected in Haiti?
No, not at all. I mean, when you look at it, in fact, we still have the majority, if I'm not mistaken, the majority of foodstuffs in Haiti are still being imported, which is a tragedy. Why? Because, when you are importing foodstuff instead of producing it, not only are you depleting your own societal and economic capacity, because you have to pay in US dollars when so the people importing, they're going to charge you whatever they are paying over there from their suppliers are going to be US dollars. So then you're depleting your own reserve currency from your community, from your society, and from your country. So you have a double whammy. Number one, by depleting your reserve currency, which is the US dollar, the good, which is your local currency, is going to lose value because now you have less reserve currency. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in addition to that, you're giving your money away when you could just grow the things that you're buying in your own country. And so it's really a triple whammy when you look at it. It's a bad thing. The reason, though, that the people insist in doing it this way is because, number one, you've got your, what I call the kleptocrats families in Haiti. They make money when you buy from them because they are importing the goods. They are the one importing the goods. They also own the ports. So they're making money on the back of the Haitian people. And the Constitution since 1987 says the state of Haiti has a responsibility to look at things happening and says, wait a minute, this is contrary to our welfare. So the state should just basically either revoke those people importation licenses and shut them down, because the encouragement is because they have a license. If they did not have a license, they could not be ordering things from overseas and selling it into the country. So the state of Haiti, the government of Haiti, in terms of 245 should say, wait a minute, this is not in the best interest of our people. Therefore, shut it down and allow the Haitian population to say, okay, where are we going to get rice? Well, let's go back to places where we used to grow rice. And, but it's more expensive. Well, even if it is more expensive currently to buy rice from the country, it's better for us as a country, if you're looking about medium and long term, economic
Mm,
stability to buy it from those people that are growing it in country. Same thing with chicken, same thing with eggs, same things with everything else. Buy it
mm,
locally and help the family farmers. If you help the family farmers, the money stays in the country. The family farmers can feed their family, they can send their kids to school. So, in order to grow your society, the best thing to do is to be self sustaining.
mhm. And since you touched on it, I'm just going to jump right down to Article 251 before we go to through the others. It says the import of foodstuffs and their byproducts that are produced in sufficient quantity in the national territory is forbidden, except in the event of a force majeure. So importing, they're saying it's not a problem if there's enough of it in the country. But what do you say to that?
Well, even if there's not enough of it in the country, the purpose of that article is to say, then make it enough in the country. Help, in other words, help the Haitian farmer, help the Haitian family. Like, HDN has this program that you're very familiar with, the Jardin La Cour program. The Jardin La Cour program is essentially saying, we have people that have a backyard. Why not use those backyard to say, hey, ou ka planter légumes. You can plant things in your backyard. It's not that hard to do. There are little things that you can do very quickly in your backyard. Yes, you cannot plant rice because that's a very different ball game. But you can
Mm,
plant tomatoes, you can plant some, some other things in your backyard easily. You can have avocados in your backyard. You can have different things depending on the size of your backyard, of course. But and then there is also in the Constitution something really, really beautiful because they talk about, hey, you may not have a big backyard, but what about collective? What about a group of people putting themselves together? What about the section communal saying, hey, you know what? Let's have it's a for the section for the communal section, let's have a garden because the section communal have land, state land and land that belongs to the people of Haiti. Take those lands that are
mhm,
just sitting there and grow food on them for the community. So the community gardens, like they have in Russia, for example, like they have in Taiwan, like they have in the United States, you can have community gardens. You can have two, three, four, five families together, or 10, or whatever the numbers are, put themselves together, saying, you know what? Why don't we cooperate and collaborate and cooperate with each other and put a garden together? Grow
mhm,
some, grow some food, raise some chicken, raise some other animals. All of the sudden, it's about the family, it's about the community, it's about the people there. And it is also suggested in that same, chapter regarding economics and agriculture, you need to diversify. You need to have a sense that there are places in the country where you can plant one thing, and there are
mhm,
places where you cannot plant that same thing. So let's figure it out. But you know what? We have a agricultural department. The Ministry of Agriculture's job is to do all of that, to help the people know all of that. And if the
mhm,
people in the section communal, they don't have the knowledge, they should call the director, because each department have a director that is from the agricultural department, that they have those guys that are trained agronomists in every department. So call them up and said, hey, I'm in this location, whatever, whatever. I need some information. Can you come visit? Can you bring your technician people here? And then help us? The problem is, you know, en Creole we have a saying, so pa konen pi gran pase ou. Okay. So
mhm,
if you don't know that there is such a thing in your department, because every single department has a representation and a representative of the agricultural department, agricultural minister in that department. So call that director. He's got a staff, he or she have a staff. They should know things. If they don't know, ask them to go and find out. Because every time you think of economic development, it has to be local. In fact, the Constitution said so, you know, directly. You have to have a decentralized economic development process.
Hmm. And is the when you say the agriculture department, is that different from the National Institute of Agrarian Reform?
It is because you do have a minister, a cabinet minister that is basically in charge of that agricultural department. This agricultural ministry at the government level have representation in all the provinces. Okay. And like, for instance, in the Northwest, the director for agriculture is in Port-de-Paix, in the chef-lieu, as we say in French, of that department, the capital of that department. So you can call that director, and that director will tell you whether they have people near you, or they have to send people from Port-de-Paix to help in the case of the Northwest. If you are in Cap Haitian, then the director in Cap Haitian can say, oh, you are in a little city in the north. I don't have someone there, but we can have someone, and they can come, next week, next month, whatever. They can make arrangement. The idea here is that the people, because we don't know what we don't know, we don't even know where to start. But if we know where to start, we can start using people from the government with knowledge, with equipment, and capacity to help us grow those things and raise the level of economic instability in the country. Because if you want Haiti to be different, it's not the people in Port-au-Prince who's going to do it. It's the people in every single provinces, in every single department, in every section communal, in every arrondissement. We have to marshal all of those people and get them involved.
Mhm. Right. Okay. Let's move to Article 246. It says the state encourages in rural and urban areas the formation of cooperatives for production, processing of raw materials, and the entrepreneurial spirit to promote the accumulation of national capital to ensure continuous development. How do you understand, because again, all of this, because I'm interested in understanding since 1987, how much of this has been done, how much of it hasn't been done.
Zilch. Zilch, James. In other words, I just talked about this in terms of having cooperatives and those kinds of things. Zilch has been done because no one, I remember Haitians in the past when, I was naive enough to be talking about the Haitian constitution since the 1990s.
Mm,
Okay. Since the 1990s, I've been talking with Haitians about the constitution says this, the constitution said that. And they would say to me, Jacques, you don't understand. Constitution, c'est papier. Bayonet, c'est fait.
mm,
So they have a mépris, to use a French word. They have they don't really see the Constitution as anything important. For them, it's like, that's, that's, it's a paper. Doesn't mean diddly nothing to them. And that's the problem. The problem is they don't realize that unless you look at the Constitution and you say, wait a minute, it's either you apply it or you don't apply it. If you don't apply it, you cannot expect to get to, I don't know, a flourishing country. Because people take their time to write something to say, listen, this is what we have seen that could work for us. Why don't you just try it?
mm,
But again, usually as Haitians, we nous remet plein en bon créole, okay? That
mm,
means we rather say things did not work because this, because of that, because it's this government or that government. We always blaming somebody else. We don't
mm,
look at the man in the mirror
mm,
and says, wait a minute, what have I done lately for this country? What have I done for my kids? What have I done regarding their education? What have I done to change what I have seen? We don't do that. We always say, oh, exile, okay? It's always somebody else's fault. We never looked at ourselves and said, well, maybe there's something I can do to change this. And it's a simple thing. Like we said earlier, the jardin la cour, jardin la caille. You have a little backyard, hey, plant something. And now people are saying, well, gee, the government is this, kind of not doing anything. Okay, well, you know what? HDN is available to people. We have a website. They can call, they can go to the website, they can see what can be done. They can call us or email us, participate in what we are trying to do. Certainly, we can support what they are trying to do. That doesn't mean we have all the means in the world to help them. What it means, though, is at least we can take them and give them information that will take them to the right place, to the right direction, because we at least understand the construct of the government in Haiti. And we know that the government in Haiti, they have capacity. I'm not talking about the ministers. I'm not talking about the so-called, president or this and that and the other. No, I'm talking about the people in the agricultural department, in the ministry, the people in other department, and their people, they have capacity and they are willing to help. Now, you're gonna find some good ones, you're gonna find some bad ones. Okay, it's normal because this is humans. Okay, you're gonna find some good humans and some bad humans. Well, if you find one that is not doing his job properly, take notice, record what he is not doing properly, and either pass it on in social media or pass it on to the government, pass it on to radio stations and newspapers and whatever, but have a record of this person who has a responsibility to do XYZ is not doing XYZ. We have, in other words, you cannot have democracy, and we've said that many, many times, without participation of the people. Otherwise, it's not a democracy. Democracy means every human being, every citizen of that country, of that society, have to be engaged in the welfare of that society at large. If you just stay home, I'm gonna mind my own business. Well, everybody else is gonna mind their own business, and before you know it, you're gonna have a disastrous situation in your economy, in your society, because you don't have people watching for each other. You don't have people saying, wait a minute, I need to care about James because James is my compatriot. If you believe in God, then James is your brother. If you don't believe in God, then he's at least, at the very least, is your compatriot. And as such, you need to work with him to build the society together. Otherwise, you are responsible for the failure of that society as well.
Right. For agriculture, Article 247 says agriculture, which is the main source of the nation's wealth, is a guarantee of the well being of the people and the socio-economic progress of the nation. My question is, why why does this need to be stated in the Constitution? If the national source of wealth changed and became uranium or became oil that we've discovered somewhere, why, or something else, some other source, I don't know,
Well,
a technology, why does it need to say this in the Constitution?
because sac vide pas campé. We have a Creole proverb that says that sac vide pas campé, meaning the first thing that a nation has the responsibility to do, every human being needs to eat. If they don't eat, they're gonna have deficiencies in all sort of ways. So food is important. When you take a country like Brazil, they understood that very, very well. And what did they do in Brazil? They developed the kinds of agriculture that can feed their own people. Brazil do not buy anything from anybody outside of Brazil. They build their agricultural base so they can feed themselves and independently from anybody else. Then they went further than that. Brazil doesn't buy anything virtually from anybody else, period. For instance, in Brazil, the cars, they don't use oil because Brazil said we don't have oil in Brazil. We don't have petroleum in Brazil like Venezuela does, like Saudi Arabia does. So guess what? In Brazil, they started manufacturing all of their automobiles in Brazil, all of the cars, all of the trucks. They are using ethanol because they have sugar canes, they like other things. They can produce ethanol. So therefore, they say, you know what? For the benefit of our country and our society at large, everything we have in terms of automobiles and trucks and this and that and the other will use ethanol to as a power source, as a fuel. We have to understand what it is, the meaning of having a society, the meaning of having a country, the meaning of having a nation, and you call yourself independent. You need to understand the meaning of that word. Because oftentimes I said, yes, Haiti may very well be an independent country, but we are not autonomous. We do not have the capacity to truly be independent. Nous étamoun, because
Mm.
you depend on others to basically everything. If you want oil, you have to buy it from overseas. If you want food, you're buying it from overseas. If you know everything we use in Haiti in our society has to come from somewhere else. So at the very, very minimum, what if we could just feed our own people because we grow enough food? In fact, I'm gonna share with you something that will shock you.
Mm.
In Haiti, in Haiti, not today, back in the 2010, 2012 area, there's a report that was made by both the government of Haiti and the international community.
Mm.
We were losing 35% of our agricultural products. 35% was wasted.
Mm.
So we grow the food because we don't have the means to refrigerate the food, to process the food, to transfer the foods from raw food to maybe some dry food or some whatever. We were losing 35% of our food that we planted and grow
Yeah.
just because we don't have the means. We don't have transportation. So, as an example, the guy goes from the little place where he comes from the farm and takes it to the market. He arrives at the market. He has to take a transportation to get there, which is hard. So he gets there, and he rather not return with all the things because it's gonna cost him money. So he leaves them there.
Mm.
Okay, and they go bad. But that's the country that we live in. Why? Because the infrastructure is not there, the knowledge is not there, the technology is not applied to us because we do not pay attention to our own people and to our own needs. It's easy to import stuff because you just pick up the phone or you get on your internet and you place an order and the order comes to the port. You go to customs, you get it, cleared from customs, and then you can start selling it or doing it or using it. It's harder to grow your own food, but the benefits are significant if you do it.
Yes. On that point, uh, if a person's listening right now and they're not familiar with some of the things that are taking place in Haiti, can you mention some of the things a person might be shocked to know Haitians have to buy it from another country?
Well, as I said earlier, they're buying eggs, they're buying chicken, they're buying, I mean, in Haiti, I remember in 2015, I went to Haiti in 2015 a couple of times, and I went to one of my cousin's restaurant and for breakfast,
Mm.
and she gave me spaghetti for breakfast.
Mm.
And I said, I told the servant, go call her, tell her to come over here. And when I said to her, what are you doing? Give me spaghetti for breakfast. You know what she answered me? Would you rather have cornflakes? Are you crazy? Why would I want cornflakes? What about the things we used to eat, like acassan? Okay, that is so much better for you, so much richer for you, that is local. We have all the means to do it, but we have gone astray as a country, as a society, because we allowed people to introduce to us a bunch of stupid things. Okay, cornflakes and all those things, they've got bad, bad, bad ingredients in them that is not good for you at all.
Mhm.
But that's where we are because we think, oh, c'est bagay blanc. We think, oh, it's coming from the United States, so therefore it's good and it's preferable. So we're giving preference to the strange and foreign foods that we don't know what's in them versus the local food that we could grow that has all the good ingredients in them because they are closer to what the reality and the real foods are.
So, so chicken and eggs, they come, from what I understand, mostly from the Dominican Republic, right next door.
Some of the chicken comes from the United States as well because they are frozen chicken that have been expired in the United States that the United States market do no longer want. So they buy it for cheap, okay? Because
Mhm.
it's not sellable necessarily in the United States. Have a the shelf life of that product has expired, like I said. So they buy it in large quantities, ship it to Haiti because you're not gonna worry about that in Haiti, and then they're selling it to you. So you're buying bad food. You're buying food that are just totally just you should not even call them food.
Mhm.
and
And
and they're more expensive, and they're depleting your currency because you're paying in dollars to import those things. So it's a triple whammer, and it's taking us down and down and down and down further to the abyss because we are not paying attention and we're not waking up to say, wait a minute, why am I buying food from overseas? Why can't I grow the food? And if you're growing the food because you have transportation issues, granted, okay, then grow the food closer to you. That's why the Constitution talks about cooperative and the kinds of distributed, decentralized agricultural production. If you decentralize the production, the people in Port-au-Prince doesn't have to travel, or bring things to Port-au-Prince. The people in Port-au-Prince have their own food they're growing for the people in Port-au-Prince. And better yet, the people in Pétionville are growing their own food. The people in Fermat are growing their own food. The people in Kinskoff, in La Boule, all the areas, they are growing their own food. There are things you cannot grow necessarily in your backyard. There are things you cannot grow in certain area of the country because of water, because of the you know the type of land that you have, the type of you know earth that is there. It's not conducive to this or that or the other. The
right,
problem is though you can still eat and feed your family easily enough with anywhere you are in the country.
you touched on the value of the dollar really quickly. What what was the best exchange rate between the U.S. dollar and Haiti for you when you were living in Haiti? What do you remember it was?
Five good for $1.
Mm, mhm,
A
mhm.
dollar was the equivalent of five Haitian good.
And for a person who might not understand today, I believe it's like right now it's $1 for. Do you know how many goods, Jack?
No, I don't.
It's about 130, about 130 right now. So, oh yeah, 130,
There you go.
130.
There you go. When I was living in Haiti, you had five good, you have a dollar. That's
So
it.
it's 130. You need 130 goods to make $1 right
Yeah.
now.
Ima-
Now, I mean, at the same time, the Dominican peso is probably it's actually okay. So it's 60 right now. Okay. The Dominican peso is 60. When I came to Haiti in 2016, I think it was actually 40 Haitian goods or something like that. 40 or 50
Mhm.
Haitian goods
Yeah.
to make a
So you
dollar.
you you see perfect example, James.
Mhm.
When you came to Haiti in those years, 2016, you had almost parity with the Dominican Republic peso versus the dollar.
Right.
Now look what you have. The dollar relative to the peso in Dominican Republic is 60 for $1.
Mhm.
In Haiti, it's
More than double. Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, and you're doing it because you're buying things in Dominican Republic that you're paying them in dollars. So you're depleting even your relationship with the Dominican peso has increased tenfold because you are paying them in dollars, buying things from them. You got to stop buying things from people you don't need to buy from and build your own economy and grow your own food and do your own thing. That will then create a lower level relationship wise in the two currencies of those two countries. And that's where you start. You can look at the Dominican Republic pesos and say, wait a minute, why am I paying 60? I'm paying, 100 and something for per dollar. And over there, it's 60 pesos. Even with them, you can see the difference in terms of, 10 years, or maybe not 10 years, but some years ago. Okay.
Mm.
It's incredibly interesting to me that you would compare that 60 pesos for a dollar, 140 good for a dollar. We can figure that out. Can figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it's I don't know economics like that, so I don't know if it's just buying things from the Dominican Republic or what else that has caused this. I don't know if it's also inflation in the U.S. and then it affects everything else. I don't know. I don't know if you can share any thoughts
Well,
outside of.
like I
Yeah.
said, if you are depleting, if you are not producing local, then you buying with dollars because dollars is the currency of the international. Well, you either buy with dollars or you're going to buy with euros. But at the end of the day, in Haiti, you would take dollars, you would convert them in euros if somebody's asking you for euros for European, currencies. So whatever it is, those hard currencies, the value of those hard currencies, that the dollar and the euro, they are in comparison to what you have in your own country in terms of reserve, meaning the reserve of that currency. Every central bank around the world have to have a minimum of dollars and a minimum of euros, so that when you're selling or buying things overseas, you can have exchange depending on what you have in your bank, in your central bank. And I'm not a banker, so I'm not suggesting that what I'm saying is 100% accurate and that's all there is. It's not all
Right.
there is. I'm giving aspect of it that we can fix.
Right.
The aspect of it that we can fix is to buy less from overseas, to
Sure.
stop buying, things that we can produce in Haiti, like eggs. Come on. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to produce eggs. You just take two chickens and, well, a chicken and a cock, and they're going to give you eggs. It's that simple. And the egg's going to get you into more chicken. So it's a simple mechanical thing that we know how to do. And there's no science, big science behind it. Okay. So we can stop doing certain things immediately to remedy that situation.
Right. You sent me an article concerning Haiti and Colombia and Leslie Voltaire. How does that play? Can you explain how that plays into all of this?
Yeah. Same thing. I mean, you have a conseiller présidentiel, okay, a presidential counselor who believes that he is president, which in fact he is not. He is the counselor. He's a presidential counselor, not a president.
Mm.
And Haitian needs to understand the difference because he is going there talking to the president of Colombia one on one and asking for favors. And what is the favor? Why don't you sell us some products? We don't need Colombia to sell us any product. They're selling us enough products already. Way back when, the same Leslie Voltaire with two other Leslie de la Tour and Leslie Payer, all of them listening to the international community, convinced then President Jean-Bertrand Aristide to sell all of the state of Haiti institutions. What are those institutions? The Teleco,
Mm.
Ciment d'Haïti, and then we've got 5 sugarcane refineries
Mhm.
to produce sugar. We sold all of them, except for the sugarcane's refinery. We just closed them down. The Ciment d'Haïti was producing cement for Haiti. Now, who is getting filthy rich importing cement from what country? Colombia. okay, is Mr. Bijo. And the Accra family, the two brothers, okay, they also buy cement from Colombia. Why do we need to be buying cement from Colombia when we had, in fact, cement Haiti? No. What happened is the international community, by the way, offered $1.2 billion to the government of Jean-Bertrand Aristide so that he can sell all of those things. The condition for them to loan the money to Haiti was for Haiti to sell all of its things. And like I said, Leslie Voltaire, Leslie Payan, and Leslie Latour, they were the instigators. In fact, a story that most Haitians do not pay attention to, and certainly your generation do not know about, that you can go verify. At the time when Jean-Bertrand Aristide was returning to Haiti as president, they offered him this thing as a condition. When he arrived in Haiti, he asked a very good man, Smart Michel, to become his prime minister. Smart Michel accepted and formed his own government. And when Jean-Bertrand Aristide refused to tell the country that he is the one who has agreed to come back because of $1.2 billion they offered him, and Leslie Voltaire, Leslie Payan, and Leslie de Latour convinced him to say yes to that and to sell all of our national assets. Smart Michel said to Jean-Bertrand Aristide, which is what people don't do in general in Haiti, but Prime Minister Smart Michel said publicly to the president in open mic, he went to the press and he said, Mr. President, it seems that you are doing something and you're not saying that you, in fact, did it. I want you to know, unless you tell the Haitian people that you are the one who accepted to sell all of the national assets that we have, I will resign from my post as a prime minister of your government. Jean-Bertrand Aristide, fait petit coquin, and he went there and said, yeah, but la tate, okay? Un bon créole. Smart Michel said, no, Mr. President, you need to tell the people point blank, you did this because of whatever reason you did it. You're the one who made that decision, not me. And Jean-Bertrand Aristide did not do it. Within 24 hours, Smart Michel resigned from his post as Prime Minister of Haiti. As he said, if you don't do that, I will resign from my post. And he did. Mm. So we need to know that we have some people in the country that are statesmen that believe in the country and believe in the rule of law and believe when they do have something to say, they say it and they accept the consequences. And Smart Michel is one of those people we need to remember because he did that publicly and he gave a great lesson to all the other politicians in Haiti. And what do we have today? We have the same imbecile, the same Leslie Voltaire, what I call a vendeur de pays, a sellout, going around doing the same thing he did when he returned with Jean-Bertrand Aristide, wanting to basically sell the country to the highest bidder, because that's what they do. They are not patriot. They don't have 1 ounce of patriotism in their blood. They are a bunch of sellout. They just want money because they are loving money. They love money more than they love the country. And that's the problem that we have.
Would his meeting with the president of Colombia, could it be understood to be unconstitutional what he's asking for, or is it help? Is it just asking for help for the country?
Well, it's not help. When you're just saying to Colombia, why don't you, we'll give you Colombia. And that's the misunderstanding in Haiti, is because we don't read things. We don't pay attention to what people are saying. Colombia is basically saying, oh, we'll give you. It's a bon mabao en bon créole. Colombia is saying, we'll send you some food. But the food they're going to send you now is a gift. But then You, Mr. Voltaire, promised them to allow them to sell food in Haiti. So we're going to
Is that
open our market now to Colombia to sell food and other things.
is that what can we say as far as how the what is with the criticism, is it coming just from principle, just from principles morally, or would we say that how it's being done is not constitutional? Is it legal? Is it not, because he's doing it in the open? How
Well,
is it yeah,
no,
how what
number one, Leslie Voltaire, like I said, is not a president. He doesn't have the right to do anything. And they are basically governing by decree. According
sure,
to the
that's
Haitian constitution, the parliament passes laws, not Leslie Voltaire, not a bunch of, conseillers présidentiels. Okay. They don't
that's
have
good.
the authority to do that.
That's good to point out. Yes, he's not the
Okay. They
president.
just
Yes,
don't
there's
have
no president. Yeah,
that
we
right.
don't have.
Okay. Even the president doesn't have that right under the constitution of Haiti. Okay. He doesn't. So that means that the parliament, which we don't have, should pass a law that the president could sign. But barring that, it's status quo. You sit still until you've got elections, until you've got deputies elected and senators elected, and the people have voted, and so on and so forth. You cannot do it by fiat. Right now, they're just doing it by fiat, meaning they just pass a decree. Well, the Constitution disallowed decree. There is no decree in the Constitution of Haiti in 1987. You have to pass laws, and the laws are passed by the parliament, and the parliament then take the laws into the president for his signature. That's how it's done.
Important. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Article 248. It says, and this is the National Institute of Agrarian Reform. It says, a special agency to be known as the National Institute of Agrarian Reform shall be established to organize the revision of real property structures and to implement an agrarian reform to benefit those who actually work the land. The Institute shall draw up an agrarian policy geared to optimizing productivity by constructing infrastructure aimed at the protection and management of the land. So I have several questions for you. First question: is there a National Institute of Agrarian Reform since 1987? Has that been
Yes,
implemented?
yes, but it's
And
not.
are they doing this?
It's not doing what the article described, that its role and its purview is totally misguided for the past, well, since 1987, that has been, well, 1991, that has been created. It's not done what the Constitution asks it to do. If you look at it, what the Constitution is saying is create the infrastructure so we can grow our agricultural production
Mm,
locally, so we can have those farmers benefit from intelligence, benefit from understanding, benefit from whatever engineering and new technology is in regards to agriculture, so we can produce more, better, cheaper, faster. That's the role of the institute. In addition to that,
mm,
most of the country do not have paper, they do not have title. Most of
mm,
those farmers, they exist, but they have no legal document that says that land is mine and that's my paperwork, that's my title ownership. I can present it to any bank and get a loan. And by bank, I don't mean the stupid banks in Haiti that are charging those poor people 3% a month,
mhm.
which is really not even commercial loans level. 3% a month is, you know, mafia stuff.
Mhm,
Okay? It's not real. And they've been charging that for the past 40 years.
mhm,
3% a month.
mhm,
So what would happen with that institute? Would that institute will then go to the or ask the people to come to different, offices. They will have offices across the country. You would go to their offices, you will present your case saying, this is my land, and they will basically normalize your paperwork for you, make it come legal, because now you would be, yes, I'm the true owner of this, and this is my document. I have a state document in my possession that says, yes, I am in fact the owner of 10 acres, of 20 acres, or whatever it is that you have. We haven't done justice to the Haitian people because we refuse to say and apply what the Constitution said we should do. And we don't do that because it benefits the big people, the kleptocrats, the same families that keeps just peser sous ces peuples. That we keep doing the same thing. We are allowing them to continue doing it because they know precisely if they allow the regular farmers and regular folks to have good documentation, title of ownership, the country will change because with title of ownership, you can borrow money. You can borrow money from the international banks and you can borrow money from anywhere else that you at a lower cost than what those bankers in Haiti are charging you. But with no paperwork, no one overseas is going to loan you money. So they block all of that so they can charge 3% per month, which is usury. It's not a loan. This is usury. It's a loan shark. That's what that is.
And how does, by comparison, how does the agricultural department in the United States work?
Wow. First of all, they work with all the universities that have, agricultural department training. Then they work directly with the farmers. They send technical people into the farm to help the farmers build and grow food better. Teach the farmers if there's any new technologies or new products or whatever it is. They will teach the farmers all of that. And each one state have their own Department of Agriculture in that state that is familiar with the landscape of that state to tell the farmers exactly what to do. Plus, they do research and development in every university to see if there's a new product, if there's a new way to do X, Y, Z. To be, the United States is one of the biggest agricultural producers in the world. Largest producer of agriculture in the world, I believe, is still the United States of America.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully one day Haiti will be at that level doing that and yeah, respecting what is there written in the Constitution that is already in place. It's already there. So hopefully it'll be
Well,
accomplished.
it's there, James, but you know what they're working on? They passed a decree recently. Those people that are not even able to pass any decrees, not authorized to pass any decrees, they passed a decree saying they're gonna change the constitution. So they're working. They have a group working on a new constitution for Haiti. Okay, with no authority, to my at least point of view. That's just me saying, to no authority to do it because the constitution said you cannot change it by fiat. You have to change it through parliamentary amendment. But now they want to just change the constitution because they're gonna probably propose a constitution that benefits the same people that always want to be benefited by the laws in Haiti. So they're gonna do their own thing, a little click, paying little money under the table to some people to just write a new constitution so they can have their say. We need to get, like I said again, over and over. If you want a good governance, if you want good governance for your people, every single Haitians better be involved in understanding the law that govern that country. I'll ask you a question if you don't mind, and I know that it's kind of backwards. You're supposed to be asking the question.
Sure.
I'll ask you a question. You've been in Haiti since 2017, correct?
Yes, 16, yes.
16, okay. When you talk to Haitian, have you heard of Haitians telling you that one of the things that they lament about the Constitution is because the Constitution said they could not be Haitian? Do you remember that at all?
No, I don't remember that.
But do you sometimes talk to Haitian that feels like somehow because the Constitution said that if you're not Haitian you cannot vote, you cannot do this, you cannot do that in Haiti, and they basically said that's kind of one of the thing they have, one of the negative they have on the Constitution.
No, I haven't had that conversation.
Okay.
I haven't got to that.
Well, I have had that conversation many times with people, with Haitians, saying, "Oh, the Constitution said, I'm no longer a Haitian because I changed my nationality and this and that and the other, so now I cannot participate in the things." Okay, so in the Constitution of 1987, under Title 14, It is the title. The title is temporary provisions. I don't know if you have the Constitution in front of you, but I'm sure that you can get to it. I'll give
Yes,
you a
I have it
copy.
there now.
Okay.
Yes.
Go to Article 286, please,
Yes.
and
I'll
and
read
do
that.
do me a favor and read it.
Sure. Article 286 of Title 14, Temporary Provisions, says every Haitian who has adopted a foreign nationality during the 29 years prior to February 7th, 1986, may, by a declaration made to the Ministry of Justice within 2 years after publication of the Constitution, recover his Haitian nationality with the advantages deriving therefrom in accordance with the law.
What do you get from that article? What after reading it? What does that say to you?
Yeah, anybody who is a Haitian, but they decided to take on the nationality of another country, citizen somewhere else, if that happened before this constitution was written, so before February 7th, 1986, it says that they can just write to the ministry or declare to the ministry within within 2 years after the publication of the constitution, recover his Haitian nationality
Yeah.
with the advantages. So I don't know. I don't know. Within 2 years.
So meaning that that article says, you know what? In 1986 February we said XYZ in this new constitution. So you've got until 1989. You've
Mhm.
got 2 years where anywhere you are, any nationality that you have that was changed from Haitians to whatever, you can come back, tell us you want to have your full Haitian nationality back the way it was before you changed it.
Sure.
And you've got those 2 years to do it. Okay. Now
Hmm.
ask yourself, James, how many Haitians did that?
I don't. I would.
Okay, I don't either, but I'm telling you, I have many Haitians who, oh, like you change constitution, now I'm no longer a Haitian. And I'm thinking, if you were really that involved and that caring about Haiti, you would have known about this article,
Mm.
right? Because if you were involved at all with the Haitian society, you would have known that that constitution has decided to change the rules for nationality and what have you, but said you've got a window of 2 years
Hmm.
from the date the constitution is being proclaimed official for you to say, no, I want to get back my Haitian nationality 100%. And you could have done that. You had 2 years to do it. Why didn't you do it? Because you're not paying attention or because you're not really paying attention to Haiti? You just blah, 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 blaming the Constitution, blaming this and blaming that because you did not know it says that. But now all of a sudden you're blaming the Constitution. If you were that involved, that caring, about Haiti, you should have known that the Constitution gave you 2 years to regain your nationality.
I would say, yeah, I don't want to criticize people for not reading the Constitution because many Americans have not read the Constitution of the United States, but they are they but they're loving. They love their country and everything. Myself included. I haven't read every single line of the Constitution of the United States, but I would also say that this type of article with a deadline like this, I think if a person is not aware of it, I don't think they should have to go to the Constitution to know it. I would assume that the government made an announcement and over the radio and
Mhm.
sent out
Not
messages
not
to.
only not only that, James. Remember, this constitution was voted upon by the Haitian voters. This is not a constitution that says, "Oh, we're gonna have this, and we decided that, and we know better than you do." So boom, 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 this is done. No, this was submitted to the vote of the Haitian voter. The Haitian voter went in mass in 1986, and I mean sorry, in 1987 to vote. According to most records, including from the international community, over 57% voted for that constitution.
But even if they did, I don't think. I don't know what percentage of the population is literate, but I know Haiti has literacy problems. I think I don't know that everybody who voted knew all the 280, however many articles, 298 articles that there are. So I'm trying to I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt to say
And there's
that.
a simple way to do it, James. You could go to the next Congress of Haiti, meaning the Chamber of Deputies when they are elected, and when you have the Senate. And for the past whatever many years, you had senators and deputies. You could have gone as a Haitian community and says, "Listen, we realized this was done. We were not aware. We didn't know, or we were not paying attention way back when." But the Haitian Parliament could pass a law and saying, "You know what? This Article 286, which was temporary, we're going to give another 2 years or 5 years for all Haitians who wants to become back to Haitian full Haitian nationality." In other words, what do you do in Congress of the United States? You lobby the Congress. Okay. You went to the Congress and you said, hey, you write letters to the congressman. You go to your own representative or to your own senator in your state, and you said, listen, I've got this problem. I would like it to be resolved. How can you help? You work with your parliamentarians, you work with your congressmen and your senators in Haiti, and you ask them, hey, and you can even ask them when they're gonna go in their campaign, if I give you my vote, would you work hard to do XYZ? That is what it is in terms of a participatory democracy. You participate, you get involved. If you sit in your butt complaining, you're not doing anything good for yourself or for your country. the
Yes.
the the the, the participatory republic, democratic republic, requires citizen to be engaged. If you're not engaged, you cannot, you know go and bad mouth people and blah blah blah. And oh, they have vole cob. Yeah, you have vole cob. Where are you? Are you denouncing that? Are you doing anything about it? No. So we in good Creole language, nous remen plenye, but we don't do nothing to change things in general. Okay? In general, we don't do anything to change anything. But I'm sure. No, we have to understand that, yes, you may not like it, but there are ways for you to change it. And those ways for you to change it, they are right there in black and white. They are right there in black and white. Learn. It's like, you buy a car and you don't know how the car function. You buy a computer, you don't know how the computer function. You need to read the instructions. The Constitution of Haiti and the Constitution of the United States, those are instruction manuals for what it is that you're supposed to do and how you behave in that society. That's what it is. And if you don't care to read the thing, then you can't complain when something happened that you don't like.
Hmm. And that's a good place to end this one. And definitely everything you're talking about as far as civic duties, chapter 3, article 52. I know that's one of your favorites. We'll definitely be doing an episode on that. So I'll save any remarks for that episode. So again, Jack, I think a lot of people are going to be benefited. They're going to benefit from hearing everything you've shared today, to understand again what the Constitution says about economics and agriculture and the situation that Haiti is in today, and why it's happening, how it's happening, and to know that the current Constitution says, people thought about this and wrote about this in 1986 to say, here's how we fix this. And for the past 30 years, it hasn't been applied. So I think it's good for people to know. Any last thoughts you want to share concerning economics and agriculture, and maybe even what HDN vision is to see
Well,
what it's doing to help?
yeah, I do have something I want to share. I want to share with you and with the public that what you are doing it out of the goodness of your heart, and you are an example to all Haitians and Haitians Americans. To me, you represent the best of the best that God has sent to this earth. as Haitians and as human beings. Because what you are doing, you're not doing it for money, you're not doing it for fame, you're doing it because you care. And you care for your Haitian brothers and sisters. And like I've said to you in private, you could have just stayed in the United States. You're a US citizen born in the United States. You don't have any issues to find jobs. You are educated. You could just stay there. But you choose to do what you're doing because you receive a calling from God Almighty and you obey that calling and you're following up on it. And my friend, I embrace you with all the love I can give because you are a true patriot, a true Christian, and a son of God.
I appreciate that, Jacques. Thank you. And for you as well. I mean, you're giving me the opportunity to do this. So, I mean, I appreciate it, even on my end. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, this is again an initiative of the Haitian Development Network Foundation, which Jacques is the president, the founder of. And the Haitian Development Network Foundation is a 501c3 IRS registered public charity, and all donations are tax deductible in accordance with the IRS regulations. So if you want more information on what HDN does, you can visit hdn.org. And to donate, go to hdn.org/donate. All right. So I think that does it for this one, Jacques. Another great conversation. Appreciate you. And we'll catch you in the next one.
All right. Thanks a lot, brother.